Country people dem, I throway salute. As una sabi am, dis one na undaunted pidgin news, place where tori no dey hide, na dat so. Shake shake no dey. Na me Tori Pikin Su aka talk am all. I don come again dash fire. Country people inside Tori for dat so. In that for that side for home front, we go Tori una how we palava for ghost town, Iwaka, how we country people continue for march fire. We go tell una the story wey dey happen for that side for UB, for that side for university for Bermuda. See how colonial republic they can mismanage with university for that side. Ambazonia say republic they dey continue na for depend for Ambazonia people dem, and Ambazonia na dem build them that country. ADF for Cho Ayaba key another poor Ambazonia for that side for Nkwen for Bermuda AGA. CKC GC result don finally come out after plenty e don pass. A country people as na sabi am, na tori pikin so, and as I dey broke it tori so, any place where you dey, may you call some man, me call some man. Guy asking, she not for down because I dey come back and I go body tori them in the proper kind of cap. My country people them una come back fine. Today na Monday. Na Monday like any other Monday when na 23 day for inside October na country Sunday. Amazonia. Say we people them go shine for us. Them go respect we ghost town and they go make sure say we fight the trouble continue. Wakaman Kimi way there for home front. He go tori we how the ghost town he walk for that side and how thing them pass. Wakaman me.
All other them Monday when I country Sunday. When 93 day for this month don't pass fine. All place they close like in normal. Or to them they need waka. All man for Amazonia they should not for inside their house them. Now their own way that for fight for say meeting them pass fine. If I will not say all this will sacrifice them, all this should not for us. Well for the outside for the work money, for say for food buyers or 1 or 2 thing them. Well should not for us. For say move fight pass fine, you know we go empty. Sika say of a day for the day way we go free. Country Sunday them so na day them we would use them for cross all thing with the pastor inside Amazonia. We use the day so for make colonial people them with the for street me 25 so and 7 they fight and a how go up and down we country Sunday them go still the all time whistle. So they all thing as you want them. We IG or we Mr. President. They sabiting where they do fine. And the two sabi and say this thing the pepper people that got them for body like pepper. All thing we only do so freedom come. Same will last get with independence. And as we the same, we all concerned them. They pass fine so all we will do together. I will fight for most the fight na so.
Thank you. Plenty people another say we people they know fire with the marshal. Okay, country people, we go enter for that side for university for Bermuda. Then we build this university for Bermuda 16 and 10. And this university for Bermuda, so now our English people there. The bill and so when our English teacher and then support for control the lecturers and even with students them. And Sabia the university so be been a very strong university. As na Sabia colonial governor don't turn French people that school. All man self don't see how it happen for that side and all man don't confirm and say I've not take control. And now for people for that side for 2016 be decide say they go take this palaver serious for guide with education and lawyer people them as how solve tori away they come out for do some small mash for that side for 2016 and the university now my country people them even as it be so they don't even pay lecturer them for that university. My country people them when I hear fine as we Wakaman Kimbi he go chakara with the tori and he go open me we understand now. Wakaman me we hear you.
Our country people them inside the matter head boy them for university they don't try all kind way for stop the strike we lecture them for university they don't start do am. They try all thing but you know the work. For the number 17 day for this month, Colonial Minister of Higher Education Jakim Dongo talk for letter we send am for Vice Chancellor for Yuba, Professor Teresa Nku Akenji. Say me make payment plan for pay money we suppose for pay for lecture them for Yuba for say me they glad small. Sika say they not work because they never pay their money. Tori lecture them for Yuba, they don't strike since we didn't start. This lecture them, they ask say me them pay their money for additional time we they don't use them for exam we they don't give them and for plenty other thing them. For semi head boy them for education. Yeah, this lecture them, they may don't start something. They already start talking for the number 5 day for this month. Say strike good day and they go hold so they better thing come out. Now higher education teacher them, they start this thing with the talk with them talk as story be day. Them say they no go do nothing again. So they all thing don't set. As story be day, lecture them, they may already won they are come with them. We one teach for Tuesday, the number day for so them make sure say me no man teach for the number 17 day. And a story show GTA them when I graduate teaching assistant them, they never touch nothing. Since we start, this columnar minister we say me then do you no go self do any better change. Sika say na so them put this university inside this kind of my country people them. This one so like just way be happen before this we fight start. Colonial people them they start war. And at this same colonial people them, they work at talk say they try all thing for protect the Amazonian people them. These people then they so no getting shame, no small. How can they act? Them care about we lecture them. Now so it take happen for you Bama people them. And leave them back for you to the picking.
People there, just as we Africa, now the reason we Mukala man in country and it define every day. Now the same reason we Amazonia too. Now the reason we Republic then they develop and they find too. And if not be saying I said if people them plenty for that side, I be telling at the other time say other it passes people them not only for take this country for don't go far away, for don't go take. For example, the columnar Douala seaport. Well, we talk today now, so the best manager way if you don't be this seaport for the kind of way they now. So as we sabi my country people there, it be na Ambazonia combi. This will come be in name na Masazak for Jindam, and it be this director for this seaport. So for long time, problem will not be there. Even as well, Republican government still worry the man, worry so that they carry cover itself on the other side from Gata. After all this money hard work, so and they pay that way they give me this man. When Master Zacchaeus for Jindam been still being a director for this place, seeing them be there fine. No salary problem. In Palawa be there na small matter. We know here no error, no issue, no be there. But when them send this man from Gata so, them put it na for that side where person no fit know how it do. Na only work flop for this company, country people as so. Self former worker them for that side, they don't complain tire. They complain for Republic, them chief head boy from governor. For some letter again, where we see them for that side, they write this letter so now for Republic, them president. And they write this for number 24 day for July. And the ex-worker them for that company when they call and say Naval Shipyard, then be the ask and say, me Republic president, me try he put hand for inside this palaver. Me open their file for how their money, you don't hang for air country people. They say they don't know where to the apple with their money where they don't get ben food. For plenty months them now, they never see one money so where it come out for that side after their own work. And na only thief where then the thief for inside that country. Since where this Master Zacchaeus for Jiman, he be come out, leave this company, into that side on Gata. Country people, even as we country people, then they support this Republic, them plenty. They still work for them fine. The Republic, see what they do with people. Avongata, they discover themselves, so and themselves, they even kill them. My country people will leave that palaver so. We go match fire. As how we country people, them never even see for the killing the way they happen for the country. Even for that way they kill that 2 people them for Guzang, 2 poor innocent people them where ADF he kill and so 22 inside October moon 2023, ADF them again. Don't still go Chakara Granum headquarter e compound where he name na Masa Mbonti Banashos for that side for Nibum for my 4 inside Bamda local government area. This headquarter so them shoot and kill am. Only Sika say in the Ambazonia na the only problem that. And inside this palaver sep, Commander Kenneth too, he throw away better tori and way we go like for here because he broke him in the proper kind of way. Commander Kenneth, me we hear you.
Amazonians. Now, with utmost dismay, where we of the ANC, under your interim government, will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Komesako and the Ambazonian people. In the diaspora, we watch on social media as our people dwell after the life of one of our own, the quarterhead of Nkwentri, the big cut shot by the La Republic proxy group, the ADF, will be headed by Lucas Ayabacho. From the initial investigation from inside the ANC, we gather say Mbonte Benasius, the quarterhead of the be murdered in cold blood in front of a house. And when such a heinous crime be committed against our people for home front, we the ANC, we the even for sort out for see where this particular the terrorists or the killers can come from, and everything that the proxy group of La Republique du Cameroon, when the ADF, we could look at something that happened just a while ago. That one of Anye. So Anye saw be big shot at close range. We look at the issue that just happened for Guzang. They be summarily execute 2 Ambazonians for Guzang. Where it means say if it moves and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. We think quote many other examples where ADF they kill with people in like manner. Bonte Benasius be shot and killed at very close range in front of a house for no crime where we commit them other than say it be an Ambazonian. As we people that well for home front, that feel that pain, we too feel the pain. I will go make sure, say make the enemy who to commit this particular act, make them feel the pain as well. We, under the interim government of His Excellency Dr. Samuel Komesako, he always instructs ARS to take care of we civilians, and now wait that way that they always do. On no occasion, we don't see with ARFs, they don't bring people, or they don't bring a civilian out, summarily execute. That's never happened. Make it right here, so we take the security of our utmost, and we go do everything possible for protect with civilian population. To the people of Nkwentri and the family of Mbonte Benasius, ANC and your entire interim government will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Komesako. The convey heartfelt condolences all of una. With the feel with the pain and with the mourn and we go make sure, say, make these terrorists them, make these people them, where they commit this crime, make they pay for. Make a reiterate, make a repeat for here again, say, now responsibility for defend and protect una, and we have responsibility very seriously. And we want to make una understand, say, why would you do best for carry on with this responsibility? La Republique, the terrorist La Republique du Cameroon and its proxy group, the ADF, that they camouflage themselves around, like amber fighters, the target with innocent civilians. But what I want to understand is these targeted and summarily executions and the hallmarks of these two groups, the terrorist La Republique du Cameroon and the ADF, they collaborate and complement one another. And that one will be very evident a few months ago when they killed one other of our own civilians and so. And when they become out at midterm, the AGF, La Republique began for come protect them, for make sure say make we people come out for demonstrate. A few months later, they don't do them again. Bonte Benasius, they lie in cold blood. They don't murder ye again. This one, we supposed to start with of La Republique and it proxy them as we fight our way to Boya. We know rest until we kick this terrorist La Republique du Cameroon and its proxy group, the ADF. Self-defense, now God-given right, and we know go tamper with that. In as much as we fight for liberate we land, we don't tolerate anybody who can take the life of innocent civilians. Unlike the ARF, under your interim government will be headed by Domole Komesako, where they go out there, they fight for liberation and they pay day in, day out. The ADF need to fight the enemy. What did they do? Now for go ransack some abandoned building public to Cameroon. They did rape and kill innocent civilians. That one we not tolerate them. We go after them with equal force when they come afterwards. And before I go, may I throw this in here for civilians for home front again. UNDAUNTED government will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako. Need to ask for any liberation tax. Make I repeat, we need to ask for any liberation tax. Make no pay any liberation tax to any group out there. We understand. Say the aid headed by Ayabacho Lucas. Let's make with civilians they pay for liberation task. Make nobody no pay that money. Make nobody no pay. If we interim government, you are interim government, they go ask for help from the civilian population. And that one we go make sure they make it voluntarily. They no come out for force any make it pay any money. This one that is spokesman for the signing out today, the 23rd of October 2023. Short live the revolution, long live the Federal Republic of Amazonia.
Thank you plenty. Commander Kenneth, you don't broke with the story for the proper kind of way, and you don't open up for we country people. Me they understand. The ADF, it work with be for Republic. They make it. This do all the things so for Amazonian people them head. My country people them, me we know the difference, and me we understand. Say the struggle before as well we interim government. They do all things possible for fix this thing them with the other people. They try for spoil and maybe like say they do all that work. And my country people, we go leave that palaver so we enter for another. Bro, for undaunted news, say GC board don't finally open exam for 2020 GC result for Catholic school where the Nicholas is the King College for that side for Tico na place for inside Fako County. And Wakaman Kimbi get today again. For knock and for highway, this palaver it happened for that side for Tico. Wakaman, me we hear you.
But country for them. This thing where Ambazonia and them don't join with the people with them, so put some kind of thing them to really bring with them. Sika say the thing they know they come off fine. Education. We have been a big thing is Ambazonia. You don't turn on a different kind of thing. With all kind baba thing with French system, they don't bring them for his Ambazonia. Let me say only for 2023 so. GC board, we get so 1,891 picking them. Catch them as how the chief answer. They do copy for inside exam. All kind of things they happen. Inside this matter so for exam. As we put them, they get something where they call SPECO. Where they know all kind of question where they go ask them before they have to bring exam. You want them to say they want to do with a magic so. So one they serve, they use that phone inside exam hall. Sometimes they serve till at the end of violence. Them say this GC matter, it don't pass power. GC board don't punish 661 picking them for advanced level, which is 900 for this 2023. And this kind of punishment, so them like one way they go find Kitam. But they can't one way they go talk say you know go write exam for some time. They record one and say suspension. So one they give them 2 years, so one they give them 1 year, so one they give 6 years. Them say they saw any man code just as a material day. Undaunted just here and say, GC board don't put this off for aside for 2023 for Catholic Secondary School, where the school na class the King College for Tico for inside Fako County. Let me say the middle first block result for the school. Since July, Sika say, kind copy be there for exam when the school be the right GC. Principal for this Reverend Sister Edith Ito talk for inside Tori paper for Boya Diocese. True, they don't finally put GC result for the school for outside. All my officiam. Even as how they don't put this result there, so for aside, they don't put now all like the one for commerce and finance. This that talk say GC board don't look all result them for their school, then they don't block the one them way, picking them be over tip for day. But even other ones so all picking them for their school don't also pass. Say them get 100%. Them suspend so take 27 advanced level picking them for the school, with the 3 ordinary level picking them. Education Secretary for Boya Diocese, Reverend Father Vincent Meswe, no glad for this suspension, so it is spoil name for this school. But he hope say next year all things will come back to normal, sitting and better for the school. For inside South Amazonia, so Christ the King, some big we know they ever take class and they ever do well. For inside the matter, so for GC exam, they don't do a fine so for years then they don't pass. But you people them as for the yes. Plenty thief will copy be the school for GCE 2023. My country people them. Not only that, we come for that side for Tico.
Thank you, plenty Wakaman Kimbi. We contribute what they say head where you know one learn book, na kako go carry. But now for this palaver, we know say me they no punish people, we no do bad thing. Sika say they want punish all man for the school. But country people, we the glad say as they you don't come out and all man you don't know say na so it happen. But country people for this palaver na for your way tori you don't jam for today. I go give chance me we come be when they sabi talk am for inside English, me they come and be for the other kind of way. Una stay fine at the camp.
See that you can if I know that stylish, cool, A-list. See that you can if I know that can. Oh, one day, and you will see that you can if I know that can. Oh, one day, and you will see that you can if I know that can. If only you knew how great you are. Every time you try so hard to be of your country, to be a change maker of the world. And I don't think you'll ever run away. Even when your world has broken down, you should always turn and face your fears. For what doesn't kill you makes you strong. Just keep interested in whatever you do. Listen to your heart and believe like a fool. For however humble, it is a real possession in the changing fortune of time. Oh my brother, one day you would understand what used to be misunderstood, and you will see that you can if another can. Oh my sister, one day you and what used to be misunderstood, and you will see that you can if another can. Oh, one day, and you will see that you can if another can. Oh, one day, and you will see that you can if another can. Oh, one day, and you will see that you can if another can. Oh, one day, stylish, cool.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
The humanitarian crisis in southern Cameroons.
The Norwegian Refugee Council has identified the ongoing war between the Cameroons as one of the most neglected crises in the world. Today, we examine the heartbreaking story of the humanitarian crisis faced since 2009 by my people, the people of the Southern Cameroons, also known as Ambazonia. At the look of things, you can see the fingerprints of France and Britain on the maneuvers.
To understand the root cause of this conflict, the war, we must go back to the failed decolonization by the United Nations, followed by annexation and recolonization by the French Republic of Cameroon, an unfortunate reality in modern day history, or should we say an international conspiracy against the people of Southern Cameroon.
The UN General Assembly Resolution 1608, Article 15, explains the historicity and the legality of our quest in very clear terms. However, the proximate or immediate cause of the conflict began in September and October of 2016. The lawyers and teachers in Southern Cameroon protested against the government of Cameroon's decision to use civil law instead of common law in Anglophone territory, and the employment of the French-speaking teachers who can hardly speak English, let alone teach other subjects besides French language in Anglo-Saxon schools.
Instead of addressing the issues raised by the protest, the government responded with arrest and torture, leading to the widespread resistance.
The restoration movement gained momentum, culminating in the establishment of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
On October 1st, 2017, the people of the Southern Cameroons declared the restoration of their independence, marking the beginning of the liberation movement.
Since 2017, the people of Southern Cameroons have endured immense suffering. Over 45,000 lives have been lost, and more than 400 villages have been razed to the ground.
Today, over 1.5 million Southern Cameroonian refugees seek safety and shelter, with the majority finding refuge in Nigeria. Meanwhile, more than 1 million are internally displaced within their own homeland. Over 1,500 prisoners of conscience, language, in jails without due process, their voices silenced or muted by an oppressive regime.
More than 100 cases of rape have been reported, with many going unreported. The scars of this horrifying violence run deep within the community.
Thousands of Southern Cameroonian men, women, and children bear the physical and emotional scars of war, enduring permanent injuries and trauma.
Since the onset of the war, thousands of children and youth have been reported missing, further amplifying the anguish faced by families torn apart.
Massacres, leaving behind numerous documented and unknown mass graves, casting a dark shadow over the region's future.
Perpetrated by the Republic of Cameroon in the southern Cameroons must not be forgotten. We must shed light on the untold stories, demanding justice and international recognition.
Thank you for joining us today and listening to the story of a people abandoned by the international community. Our fight for international recognition and self-governance continues. For information and to support our cause, visit www.amazoniagenocidelibrary.com.
Good evening and welcome to Undaunted, bringing into the news untold stories. I am Star Smart. Let's begin. As is crystal clear already, we are in the drafting, and over the weekend we drafted Meme County, another county in the British Southern Cameroon, with the drafts ending with a huge sum of over 11,000 plus 11,561 plus US dollars on Saturday, with the figure still having a huge chance of increasing before the next draft. Well, if this doesn't go a long way to show the determination and resilience of Amazonians on the journey to Boya, I don't know what will. Speaking of determined and resilience to be free from the unholy union with La Republique. Outside the draft, the civil disobedience of Monday ghost towns are indisputable evidence that the people of Ambazar are ending up with the ending ties with the colonial La Republique's government and are ready by all means to flush her out. The suffering that Amazonia have gone through at the hands of the colonial La Republique government has become extremely unbearable. This untold punishment on Amazonians by La Republique has to come to an end. Amazonians have come together in one voice, free from La Republique. The fight for the restoration of the statehood of Amazonia for all. Well, it is another Monday in Amazonia. Wonder, how did they show their determination for statehood today? We'll find out in the full briefings of Undenials, a lot from the home front that concern us. But right after the prime headlines.
All right, here another Monday. We'll start with the report of the Monday Ghost Town. We'll see how well Amazonians respected it today. GCE result of CKC released 2 months after Amazonian universities in a mini war with lecturers. What is happening? We'll find out in the full briefings. ADF of Joel Ayaba kills a yet another innocent Amazonian in Nkwembamenda local government area. Very sad. After a glorious moment of Amazonian, Zacchaeus Fujindam, Douala Autonomous Seaport is now a mere shadow of itself. And of course, on the African scene, US seeks tougher rules for regional forces in DR Congo. And on the foreign scene, 39 countries ready to join BRICS in 2024. Now, let's bring you the news in full detail. The people of Ambazonia are very determined in the Monday Ghost Town strategy to make Ambazonia a place where everyone would want to live when the independence is gotten. Today, Monday, the 20th October, just like any other Monday, is a demonstration of the resilience and determination of the people of Ambazonia to flush out the colonial La Republic de Cameroon. Some indicators speaks. Talking of indicators, Monday Goes Down is indisputable. And it's also an evidence that the people of Amazonia are feeding up with the colonial La Republic de Cameroon government and are ready by all means to show out. The suffering that Ambazonians suffered and is suffering at the hands of the colonial La Republic de Cameroon government is so unbearable. These untold punishments of man by man. Amazonians have synergized as one to be free from Amazonia. Fight for the restoration of the statehood of Amazonia is a fight that no one should be left behind. Of course, it's another Monday. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, well, very well, Onyi. Good evening, Amazonians. Well, it is indeed another Monday, and today, Monday, October 23rd, 2023, just like every other Monday in Amazonia, is grounded, as the entire Amazonia in the home front is in observation of the Monday ghost town. The people of Amazonia have sacrificed all their income-making ventures to give the observance of this day the respect that it deserves. The sacrifice of the people of Amazonia is nothing compared to what the future holds for the Amazonian people when they are finally free, when they finally free themselves from the colonial La Republic's government. Monday ghost towns are loopholes in the wallet of the colonial La Republic government administrators in Amazonia, and that is on the bright side. This is because all their extortion joints are empty on Mondays, and this is more of the reason why countless La Republic surrogates have fought tooth and nail to kill the Monday ghost town spirit, but all in vain.
The objective of the Amazonian interim government instituting the Monday ghost town is paying off frustration with which the La Republic to Cameroon authorities are tackling it. Their determination of the people of Amazonia to be free is demonstrated in the unity of the observation of the Monday ghost town.
Oh, well, moving on, the University of Bamenda was created in 2010 as a purely Anglo-Saxon institution. However, the assimilation tendency of the colonial La Republic's government pushed them to infiltrate the university as La Republic citizens. This is one of the factors that prompted the people of Amazonia through the teachers in 2016 to clamor for a redress. In 2016, teachers, in a move to protect the education sector, and lawyers for the legal department staged a peaceful protest against the destruction that La Republic was bringing into these sectors. Today, the consequences of the La Republic into the education system of Amazonia are very visible. The University of Bamenda is now unable to pay the dues to lecturers. Has a colonial government, corruption, and mismanagement? Well,
the administration of the University of Bamenda is similarly unable to persuade lecturers to abandon their strike action. The colonial Cameroon Higher Education Minister has stepped in as a mediator. The minister of the same government is guilty of influencing the University of Bamenda negatively. The colonial La Republic de Cameroon Minister of Higher Education, Jackie Fame Dogo, has asked the Vice Chancellor of the University of Bamenda to appease the institution's striker lecturers by presenting a payment plan for their unpaid allowances. He made a statement on the 17th of October in a letter addressed to University of Bamenda's Vice Chancellor, Professor Theresa Unko Nkenji. Professor Game Dongo said the Vice Chancellor should kindly put in place a payment plan for the academic services requested by these teachers. Lecturers of the University of Bamenda are reported to have been on strike since the start of this month. Amongst their demands are the bonuses for additional hours of teaching, supervisions of dissertations and thesis, defense jury seminar, semester exams, vacations, and internal research bonuses. In a bid to pressure authorities to release these demands, the Varsity Dawn signaled their intentions for a strike on the 5th of October. This was through a press statement from the National Union of Higher Education Teachers.
Well, in the SINES release, higher education teachers, especially those of the University of Bamenda, said that they were going to carry out their different functions again. According to reports, some lecturers who attempted to lecture on Tuesday, October 17th, got warnings from their colleagues. The colleagues reportedly removed them from lecture halls, threatening to sanction those who went against the trade union's order. Further reports also say graduate teaching assistants, the GTAs, at the University of Bamenda have not received any stipends for the past year. The colonial minister Fame Dongo's intervention is not a panacea to the predicament plaguing the University of Bamenda, given that he represents represents a system that has put the university at this crossroads today. This is a replay of the armed conflict in Ambazonia. The colonial La Republic declared war on Ambazonia. The same colonial La Republic is claiming to be investing hugely to protect innocent civilians in Ambazonia. This is absolute hypocrisy. Today, they are shamelessly claiming to be intervening to pacify issues between the administration of UBA and its lecturers, yet they are still to pay some of their staffs for the past year.
In another development, just as Africa is behind the development of the developed nations of the world, Amazonia is the energy behind the development in the colonial Republic of Cameroon and how far it has attained. A case in point is the colonial Douala Autonomous Sea Point. The best manager that the institutions has ever had is an Ambazonia. After the conspiracy that ousted him and landed him in prison, there has only been one worker strike there. Zacchaeus Fojidam, one-time director of the Chantier Naval Douala Autonomous Sea Point, an Ambazonia engineer and graduate of the University of Alberta, has proven to be the best manager of that institution. When Zacchaeus Fojidam was the director of the institution, workers were never held and issues of financial reports were always positive. But when the Cameroon conspired to send Fojidam to jail and hand over naval citizens, the institution has never known financial peace.
Well, this is what is contained in a letter of several pages from ex-employees of the shipyard addressed to the colonial and dictator president of La Republique for intervention. After several months of demands, the former employees of the shipyard are still waiting. In a letter addressed to the colonial dictator president of La Republique, dated July 24th, the collective of ex-employees of the naval requesting his intervention to unblock their files, which is pending at the budget department of the colonial ministry of finance. It writes, after embezzlement and embezzlement of funds made available by the state to pay the rights of ex-employees of the shipyard in 2010 to 2011 by Nyasa Cloud, PCA of the shipyard, and Bikoro Alo Antoine, director of this state company since 2008. Fact listed by the higher control of the state and CONAC, it is around Mr. Edu Alo Cyril, Director General of the Budget, to divert what the government has been deploying since 2019 to be corrected. Well, we read in the letter written by the 562 ex-agents of the shipyard.
They ordered the payment of the above-mentioned funds and being ordered through a 2019 decision by in-house slave Philemon Yang, then Colonial Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, who had ordered the payment of sums due to ex-employees. Last August, when the debt had lasted too long, the former employees of the shipyard launched a strike. The former temporary employees of one of the largest public companies headquartered in the area of Douala demonstrated in front of the Colonial Ministry of Finance in Yaoundé to demand the payment of their rights since the end of their collaboration with these companies 13 years ago.
Well, the collective had decided to come and take their money because for several years the money has remained blocked there in the state accounts, explained to Tobe Moril, spokesperson for the collective, determined to recover their rights. He says, we left Douala to come and collect our money. We will only return when we have money, unless debt comes to pick us all up here in front of the Colonial Ministry of Finance, he wrote. According to the correspondence, the balance to be paid to these agents is spread over a total of 4 billion francs CFA, money which would have already been released. They are sure, but which would be lost in the colonial finance, particularly at the General Directorate of the Budget. Oh, well, moving on. We'll take a look at the ADF of the Ayoba Cho, who kills yet another innocent Ambazonia in Nkwing Bamenda. Well, the ADF, in collaboration with the BIR, atrocities across Ambazonia continues to be unabated, while Ambazonia are yet to come out of the gruesome killings of the two innocent civilians in Guzang, Batibo local government area. Here we are just on Sunday, yesterday, October 22nd, 2023, with another ADF BIR killing, this time the quarter head of Nibum Quarter Mile 4 in Queen Mbamendo local government area, Mr. Mboti Venatius.
Well, the parish pastor said Mr. Mboti Bonashus used to worship at Presbyterian Church, Mbelewa, but backslided over 3 years ago, and all efforts to bring him back to church fell. He said the late Mr. Mbonati Bonashus was no longer a Christian and was shot inside his house that fateful Sunday, October 22nd. Even though the church in the Cameroons today is on the side of the oppressor, colonial genocidal Republic of Cameroon, so they cannot protect or even disclose the true killers. No one church for protection. This is what the colonial La Republic of Cameroon, barbaric soldiers, and the ADF do to tarnish the revolution. Meanwhile, in Nkwim, there is wailing and consternation as the population is yet to understand. While we'll see that video right after that, we would also hear the audio of Commander Kenneth. He always has something to say concerning issues like this.
Amazonians. Now, with utmost dismay, where we of the ANSC, under your interim government, will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Komesako and the Ambazonian people. In the diaspora, we watch on social media as our people dwell after the life of one of our own, the quarter head of Nkwen3, the big cut shot by the La Republic proxy group, the ADF, will be headed by Lucas Ayabacho. From we initial investigation from inside the ANSC, we gather say Mbonte Benasius, the quarter head of Nkwen3, be murdered in cold blood in front of a house. Such a heinous committed against our people for home front, the ANSC, with the convene for system, make we try for sort out for see where this particular the terrorists or the killers in come from, and everything at the point to the proxy group of La Republique du Cameroon, where not the ADF. We could look at something where happened just a while ago. That one of Anye. So Anye saw be big shot at close range. We look at the issue that just happened for Guzang. They be summarily execute 2 Ambazonians for Guzang. Where it means say if it moves and quacks like a duck, then it is a duck. We feel quote many other examples where ADF be killed with people in like manner. Bonte Benasius be shot and killed at very close range in front of a house for no crime where be commit them. other than say Ibi and Ambazonian. As we people that well for home front, that feel that pain, we too feel the pain. I will go make sure, say make the enemy who way it do commit this particular act, make them feel the pain as well. We, under the interim government of His Excellency Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako, he always instructs ARS to take care of we civilians, and now wait that way that they always do. On no occasion, we don't see with ARFs, they don't bring people, or they don't bring a civilian out, summarily execute that civilian. It never happened. Make a reiterate here, say we take the security of we people with utmost seriousness, and we go do everything possible for protect with civilian population. To the people of Nkwentri and the family of Monte Benasius, ANSC and your entire interim government will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako, the convey heartfelt condolences to all of una. With the feel una pain and with the manhood una every step of the way. And we go make sure, say make these terrorists them, make these people them, where they commit this crime, make they pay for. Make a reiterate, make a repeat for here again, say, now we responsibility for defend and protect una. And we take that responsibility very seriously. And we want to make una understand, say while we do our best for carry on with this responsibility, La Republic, the terrorist La Republic du Cameroon and its proxy group, the ADF, that they camouflage themselves around. Like amber fighters, the target with innocence. But what these targeted and summarily executions are the hallmarks of these two groups, the terrorist La Republic du Cameroon and the ADF. They collaborate and complement one another, and that one will be very evident a few months ago when they killed one other of our own civilians and so. And when they become out at midterm, the ADF La Republic began for come protect them, for make sure say make we people not come out for demonstrate. A few months later, they don't do them again. Bonte Benasius, they lie in cold blood. They don't murder ye again. This one, we supposed to stand up. We make sure say make we uproot La Republic and it proxy them as we fight our way to Boya. We no go get any rest until we kick this particular terrorist La Republic du Cameroon and its proxy group, the ADF. Self-defense now God-given right, and we no go tamper with that. In as much as we fight for liberate we land, we no go tolerate anybody who go come for can take the life of innocent civilians. Unlike the ARF, under your interim government will be headed by Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako, where they go out there, they fight for liberation and they pay with their blood day in, day out. The ADF need to fight the enemy. All way they do now for go ransack some old abandoned buildings by La Republic du Cameroon. They come out, rape and kill with innocent civilians. That one we no go tolerate them. We go after them with equal force where they come after with civilians. And before I go, I throw this in here for civilians for home front again. Una interim government will be headed by His Excellency Dr. Samuel Ikome Sako need to ask for liberation tax. Make a repeat. We need to ask for any liberation tax. Make nobody no pay any liberation tax to any group out there. We understand. Say the ADF headed Joe Lucas. The ask make with civilians they pay for liberation tax. Make nobody no pay that money. Make nobody no pay. If your interim government need help, they go ask for help from the civilian population. And that one we go make sure they make them do it voluntarily. Make them not come out for force anybody, make it pay any money. This one that is spokesman for the ANSC, signing out today the 23rd of October 2023. Short live the revolution, long live the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
Well, the Southern Cameroon's unholy union with La République has brought bad fruits to the hitherto cherished education, now fraught with examination malpractices, as obtained in French system. Only the 2023 GCE examination alone, the GCE board has reported 1,891 incidences of exam malpractices, ranging from collusion to script substitution, impersonation, the use of prepared materials, mobile phones, and even violence.
As a result, the board sanctioned 661 A-level candidates and 699 O-level candidates who sat for the 2023 GCE. The sanctions ranged from 1 year to 3 years suspension from the GCE, with a cancellation of results. Well, there is a lot on Daunted Lands, but Gab will help tell us more.
Undaunted just learned that the Cameroon GC board has released the 2023 GC results of the Catholic-run secondary school Christ the King College, CKC, Tico, in the Fako County. GC results for the college have been suspended since July over reported exam malpractices. CKC's principal, Reverend Sister Edith Itor, confirmed the suspension has been lifted in an article the Boya Diocese published 2 days ago. I am happy that the GC board has been objective in revisiting the results on an individual basis because students should not be judged as a group but as individuals, Reverend Sister Itor said. However, the GC board maintained the cancellation of results for some commercial subjects, including commerce and finance. The GC board has looked at the results and cancelled the subjects identified with examination malpractices. Our students have all passed and we have 100%. Reverend did. The suspension affected 30 students of the college. This included 27 at the advanced level and 3 ordinary level students. The education secretary of the Boya Diocese, Reverend Father Vincent Mesu, regretted that the suspension hurted the reputation of CKC. He is hopeful the college will regain its place of prestige in the academia as the ban has been lifted. My heart is filled with joy. The reputation of Christ the King College was at stake, but thank God that the GC board did the necessary verifications and has lifted the ban on our students, he said. In the southern zone of Ambazonia, Christ the King College, Tico, is noted among the most reputable secondary schools. The school has produced ingenious results at the GCE in the past, but this year, many were surprised after the school was listed among those with the highest level of foul play during the GCE. Gabelson reporting from Undaunted, ABC Amba News.
Well, the International Monetary Fund and World Annual Meeting returns to Africa. In a recent report, the IMF warned that the continent's average debt to GDP ratio hit 60.8% this year and could rise by a further 10% in the next 5 years if countries do not implement crucial reforms to cut fiscal deficits. The International Monetary Fund has indeed predicted that Africa economies will bounce back to pre-pandemic growth rates next year. But from Marrakesh, only Zambia has come back with debt respite after entering a deal with creditors, including China and France, to restructure its loan allowances, allowing it a headroom to deal with its internal challenges. Many Pan-African experts and activists, however, have the IMF austerity advice to Africa, blaming it for the debt crisis. One case in point is economist Fadel Kaboub, who noted that World Bank and the International Monetary Fund have been operating in Africa for decades with a lot of influence and power in implementing economic development strategies across the continent. So he asked, when we talk about Africa being in a debt trap today, it is one of two things: either recognizing that the IMF and World Bank have failed miserably in their development missions with the continent, or they're actually very skilled at using their influence to entrap the continent in the trap of external debt. The annual International Monetary Fund and the World Bank might have returned to Africa after 50 years with good news of projected economic rebound for the continent. But critics say they did little to address the continent's main problem today, debt.
Now let's visit North Africa. Sudanese warring parties are to resume talks on cessation of hostilities next week. Sudanese warring parties will resume talks next week, announced by the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the Sudanese Army on Saturday. Lieutenant General Shams El-Den El-Kabashi told military officers that the army delegation would travel to Jeddah next Thursday, October 26th, according to a short video from his speech before the army officers at the Wadi Sedna military base. Kabashi did not explain if the mediators have succeeded to bring the two sides to resume talks or new to make mutual concessions. However, the army demands the withdrawal of the RSF forces to cantonment sites outside the Khartoum state before to endorse an agreement to stop the war. But the RSF says the capital and other conflict-affected states should be fully demilitarized and request the withdrawal of the army on equal basis.
Well, moving with the reports from around Africa, the U.S. seeks tougher rules for regions in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The East African Community Regional Forces, the EACRF, Democratic Republic of Congo, are going to be tough as gets the support it seeks from the United Nations Council for its goals. According to Washington, the idea is to learn from the mistakes of the departing UN stabilization mission in the Congo, MONUSCO, and place stringent safeguards for troops not to violate civilians' rights. Although the EACRF may still leave the Democratic Republic of Congo by December 8, after Kinshasa said it will not renew the mandate, the US says the new regulations should be observed by any new forces deployed in the DRC. Well, moving on, we'll take a look at West Africa. The U.S. signals intention to engage with Niger junta. Washington claims it is not business as usual in the Sahel as it aims to build pragmatic relationships with African nations.
The U.S. will forge relations with the nations in Niger, recognizing as a fait accompli its July coup in the West African nation. The Financial Times reported this. They said, "We are engaging with the region in ways consistent with our laws so that we can continue to make sure that the region is safe." Well, governments in the Sahel countries of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, as well as Guinea, have been troubled in recent years by military juntas. Washington claims the loss of democratic regimes has limited its ability to engage in the Sahel, where Islamist groups linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State have infiltrated swaths of territory and carried out multiple deadly attacks. Washington's position on Niger's contrasts with that of Paris, which has been forced to sever ties with the new regime led by General Omar Tachani after it expelled France's ambassador and ordered 1,500 French troops to leave.
France, though, does not recognize the military-led government, the National Council for the Safeguard of the Homeland, but regards close ally and former President Mohamed Bazoum as the legitimate elected leader. The junta on Friday said it foiled an attempt by Bazoum to escape from custody. The Vermont said the U.S. needed to add complexity to its relationship on the continent, and even though it was not business as usual in Niamey, it could not simply walk away from Niger. The U.S. maintains more than 1,000 troops and 2 drone bases in Niger, from which it surveys and other activities throughout the Sahel. Biden is expected to visit Kenya and possibly another African country such as Nigeria in December, although details of this has not been announced yet.
All news across the globe. Let's start with the fact that the U.S. has activated air defense system across the Mid-East, citing escalations by Iran and its proxies. The Pentagon moves to step up its military readiness in the Middle East, ordering their activation of air defense system throughout the region and alerting additional U.S. forces that may be deployed. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin says in a statement that the moves are in response to recent escalations by Iran and its proxy forces across the Middle East.
Well, moving on with news from across the globe, 39 countries ready to join the BRICS in 2024. A total of 45 countries had expressed their interest to join BRICS before the 15th summit in Johannesburg in August. In a historic move, BRICS inducted 6 new countries into the bloc this year out of the 45 applications they received. A total of 22 countries had formally sent their applications to join BRICS, while 23 other nations had informally expressed their wish to join the group. BRICS sent invitations to Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Argentina, Iran, Egypt, and Ethiopia to enter the alliance in 2024.
Well, Defense Secretary Austin says U.S. is concerned about potential escalation in the Middle East. Well, a day after announcing the deployment of additional military assets to the region was when this announcement was made. He said, "We are concerned about potential escalation. In fact, we are seeing it as a prospect of a significant escalation of attacks on our troops and our people throughout the region. And because of that, we are going to do what's necessary to make sure our troops are in the right frame of mind."
Well, moving on, Biden leaving war planning to Israelis. The U.S. is allowing Israel to make its own calls on timing and strategy in Hamas. But U.S. President Joe Biden did weigh in on the matter during his visit with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the war cabinet in Tel Aviv earlier this week, according to a senior administration official. Well, he asked hard questions about what was being planned and what the effects would be. The official told CNN, adding, "They're not directing the Israelis. The timeline is theirs, their thinking, and their planning."
Still on Israel's war with Hamas, it comes to corporate America. From the ESG investigating BlackRock to gay rights Disney to Donald Trump after the Capitol riots, that's the mainstream corporate America companies Rodney Takers Times as we Nike and Colin Kaepernick, it helps their bottom line. Sometimes it does the opposite, like Bud Light support of transgender lights. Perhaps sensibly, most companies avoid wading into the long-running Israeli-Palestinian conflict. But when the Barbados kill of Hamas of October 7 attacks on Israel became clear, of course, staying silent ceased to be an option.
Well, Mar-a-Lago member and Australian billionaire said ex-POTUS Donald Trump told him about his private calls with the leaders of Ukraine and Iraq, according to reports published on Sunday about private recordings of Pratt, a key prosecution witness in Trump's classified documents case. The reports from the New York Times and 60 Minutes Australia revealed pre-unknown recordings of candidly recalling his conversations with Trump and build on existing allegations that Trump overshared sensitive government material. In the tapes, Pratt says Trump shared insider details about his phone calls with world leaders during the presidency. Pratt offers sharing critiques of Trump's personal ethics.
And away from those across the globe, let's get into the sports studio with Gab Ellison.
Latest world sports. Football. Olympiacos Panathinaikos abandoned as player struck by firecracker. Panathinaikos say defender Juankar was taken to hospital for tests after being hit by a firecracker during the club's Greek Super League match at Olympiacos on Sunday. The Spanish substitute collapsed on the edge of the field after being struck while warming up before being carried off on a stretcher. The match was called off afterwards with the score 1-1 after 50 minutes. Panathinaikos said the results of the game would be decided in the courts. Duankar, 33, who plays primarily at left back, has made 109 appearances for the Greens since signing from Malaga in 2020. The Athens Derby, referred to as the Derby of the Eternal Enemies by ugly scenes, with a 2019 match between the rivals when fans fought with riot police. League Team Championship. Bryson DeChambeau's Crushers, GC, brought the curtain down on the 2023 Leaf Golf League by lifting the team trophy in Miami. The Crushers beat 11 teams over the 2023 season to scoop $14 million. To scoop $14 million, that's 11.5 million pounds in prize money at Trump National Doral. And Urban Lahiri, Charles Howell III, and Paul Casey supported Captain DeChambeau in their successful campaign. I can't be happier with this team of mine, DeChambeau said. Anytime you get a win with a team, I'd say honestly, that's more important than individual stuff. Look, majors are great, but there is a team behind you there. I've got a team, my own team. 4 seeds, 4 aces GC, Crushers GC, Turk GC, and Range Goats GC came through Saturday's match play semifinals to reach Sunday's finale, in which all 4 squads competed in a stroke play event, with all 4 players' scores counting. Lahiri in a spectacular bogey-free round, signing for his under par 4, while the champion carded a 67, which featured 5 bogeys on the back 9. Howell contributed a level par 72, while England's Casey 73rd for a combined total of 11 under. That was enough to put them 2 shots clear of Range Goats GC in second, with Torque GC finishing third and defending champions 4 Aces GC fourth. Lahiri did not win an individual title in 2023, though he went close with 2 runner-up finishes, but he was the team's top performer, with a highlight coming on the 8th when he rolled in for an eagle. I had a couple of Sundays where I let myself down, Lahiri said, but I wasn't going to let the team down today. Formula 1, United States Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton disqualified as Max Verstappen wins. Lewis Hamilton was disqualified from second place in the US Grand Prix after running Max Verstappen's Red Bull close for victory. Hamilton was just 2 seconds behind Verstappen at the flag, but his car was later declared illegal for excessive wear on the underfloor skid blocks. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc suffered the same fate after finishing 6th. Hamilton's disqualification promoted McLaren's Lando Norris to 2nd and Ferrari's Carlos Sainz to 3rd. Verstappen was measured, slowly picking off the cars in front of him and then holding on for his 50th career win. Hamilton passed Norris for 2nd in the final laps, but ran out of time to catch Verstappen for the lead. American football, NFL Week 7 review and results. Patriots get Belichick's 300th win. Chiefs win 6 in a row as Eagles beat Dolphins. Bill Belichick enjoyed a landmark win as the New England Patriots upset the Buffalo Bills, while the Kansas City Chiefs made it 6 in a row on another entertaining Sunday in the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles won the big game of Week 7 as they slowed down the league's best attack to beat the Miami Dolphins 31-17 and joined the Chiefs on 6 wins and 1 defeat. The Detroit Lions suffered a blowout loss in Baltimore, while the Pittsburgh Steelers produced a 4th quarter fightback to beat the Rams in Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns beat the Indianapolis Colts in the wildest game of the day, and the Atlanta Falcons beat divisional rivals Tampa Bay with the last kick of the game. Only coaching legends Don Shula 328 and George Halas 318 have won more regular season games than Belichick, and after he recently suffered the 2 worst losses of his career, this 300th victory may have been his most crucial. The 6-time Super Bowl winner has been stuck in 299 wins when suffering those record 38-3 and 34-0 defeats against Dallas and New Orleans, but he finally got to the milestone with an upset win over a Buffalo side who had won the last 4 head-to-heads. The Bills were heavily fancied again, but Patriots quarterback Mac Jones helped clinch a 29-25 victory when he threw a touchdown pass to Mike Gesicki with 12 seconds left on the clock, bringing up the landmark Belichick win in style. Typically, Belichick downplayed his achievement. It's great, but I'm really more focused on our team, and this year, we'll worry about that later. Thank you. Gab Ellison reporting from Undaunted, ABC Amba News.
All right, thank you so much, Gab Ellison, for that sports report. With that sports report, we've come to the end of Undaunted tonight. But before we go, let's take a look at our major stories.
On Undaunted tonight, we brought to you another ghost town respected, Amazonia fully grounded. We brought to you the GCE results of CKCT at least 2 months after with a lot of irregularities. And also Amazonian universities in a mini war with lecturers. The ADF and chill yet another innocent Amazonia in Queen Bamenda local government.
Undaunted about the Douala Autonomous Seaport being a mere shadow. On the African scene, we told you that US sets tougher rules for regional forces in DR Congo and 39 countries ready to join BRICS in 2024 was a major report from the foreign scene. And that was it for tonight on Undaunted, bringing into the news untold stories. On behalf of Thursmart and the entire Undaunted crew, say thank you for tuning in.
We'll leave you with CV images. Good night and God bless you.
See that you got me for another can.